We had a language barrier. Yeah, with our mom and dad, because they were from Japan and they spoke all Japanese and they didn't speak English. Oh, my dad must have been about almost 10 years old. Yeah, you know, we think about the Depression years. Tough it was, but as a kid, you know, you really didn't realize how tough it was, because our folks took care of us and they fed us. And he used to work out in the fields all day long. And then he used to go to the packing shed at night and work until 10, 11 o'clock at night. I know he did that for every year, as long as it took them to pack that fruit. This in the 20s, after our folks had been here for maybe 10 to 15 years. And there was such anti-feelings that they had billboards at both ends of Livingston. This is the sign that was up at both ends of the community years ago. No more Japanese wanted. Everything centered around the church.
Yeah, we spent a good part of our spare time at the church even.
Oh, yeah.
I used to go to church every Sunday afternoon. I'd go there and would play basketball.
And baseball. And
baseball and all that, you know.
When I first realized what was happening was when I was in high school yet. This is 1941. And I was out playing high school, tennis at the high school because I was on the tennis team. Particular Sunday morning, men got off the car and cursed at us and really cussed at us and just gave us a bad time. And so we came home and then found out on the radio that Pearl Harbor had happened. That's when we first knew about that. Life just went on during that period, although there was a lot of propaganda that started right away, immediately. And it was all anti-Japanese, of course. And we had blackouts. Yeah, it was a frenzy. It was terrible. There was not and the first thing that we did was to burn anything that was Japanesey. They either burned them or buried them. Some people threw them in the toilets. You know. The 42nd came in to recruit in 1940, early 43. Okay, they came in early 43 to recruit. And I really wanted to go at the time, but I was too young. I wasn't of age. And so I finished high school, learned a little bit of Japanese in camp, which was very little. And that was enough to get me into the MIS. I remember that one of the things that happened, my brother and I were both in the service. And my folks came back in spring of 1945. But the first thing that happened was they got shot at. The house was shot. There were 2 bullet holes in the house. And right after I got back in March of 46. And by then everything had settled down. And then on top of that, I left to go to college right away that year. Because you have to remember that I went to Berkeley and probably 75% of the guys that were there were veterans. When we decided on this 100-year centennial celebration, I think one of the things that happened was this next generation, who are almost all gone out of the community, have come back together and have associated with each other and have been very strong in developing this centennial celebration.